Now, Donald Trump will be sworn in as President of the United States, likely administered by U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts at 12 p.m. Washington time on January 20th, ushering in his second term in office and capping one of the most astounding political comebacks in American history. We are now connected live with Jessica Stone, VOA correspondent, to know more about the inauguration preparation in U.S. Capitol. Hi, Jessica. Where are you at the moment, and how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm in Washington, D.C., just a couple of blocks away from the Capitol at our VOA headquarters.
Great. Now, about the U.S. Presidential Inauguration, Jessica, how extensive is security?
Well, they're touting it as the most secure event of its kind in decades. It's really very, very tight. In fact, that could be the reason that everything has been moved inside, in addition to the freezing cold temperatures, the likes of which we haven't seen in 40 years' time. So President Trump is going to be sworn in, taking the oath of office in the Capitol Rotunda, just a few blocks from our VOA headquarters here. And he will be sworn in, as you mentioned, by the Chief Justice, John Roberts. And that will come after the Vice President, J.D. Vance, is sworn in by Associate Justice Brett Kavanaugh. We don't know how many people are going to be able to be in the Capitol Rotunda. This is the same location where Jimmy Carter, the former U.S. president, was lying in state ahead of his funeral. There could be perhaps 20 to 50 people that could fit there. There'll be VIPs and various dignitaries. On Truth Social, Trump said that they have been invited to join him. And in terms of security, 25,000 law enforcement officers are scheduled to be here throughout the metro area. Some of them National Guard, which is essentially the state level U.S. military. Some of them from all over the country, augmenting the Metro Police officers, who number about 3,700 or so. They're also using drones, and they're using cameras to monitor everything here.
Noted well, Jessica. 25,000 officers in the metro area. Now, about the former president's farewell event omitted from the ceremonies 4 years ago, President Joe Biden says he is planning to attend to showcase a peaceful transfer of power. Now, what does this signify, Jessica?
Well, it certainly signifies that Joe Biden wants to treat Trump differently than he was treated at the beginning of his administration, showing a peaceful transfer of power. That was a key part of the legacy that he wants to leave. And he wants to draw that contrast. That's not something President Trump gave to him in 2021. There is no formal boycott of this event by the Democrats, and some Democrats have actually mentioned that they weren't going to come last time, but they are now coming this time. Because the U.S. people spoke overwhelmingly, they say, that this is the president that they wanted to elect. This has been a smoother transition than the previous transition into a Trump administration. Of course, when Trump won in 2016, he wasn't expecting to win. He wasn't really ready to win. This time, he's had 4 years to plan and think about not only what he wants to do, but how he wants to do it. We've seen a lot more smooth sailing in terms of the transition going into this second Trump term.
Yes, we all hope so in the Indonesian citizen. It's a smooth sailing, I hope so, for the U.S. presidential inauguration. And what can we expect from Trump's second inaugural speech, and how will it be different in messaging and priorities, Jessica?
So we don't have the language yet, but we understand that it will be much more unifying and much more positive, according to Trump's former aide, Steve Bannon. Having said that, it was a pretty dark speech, 16 minutes in 2017 when President Trump took office in 2017. He really talked about the forgotten man. He talked about American carnage, some seared in our memory phrases that have not yet left the lexicon of Americans. So there's an opportunity to be much more upbeat about the future of this country. And that's something we saw in the rally on Sunday night. President Trump talking about turning the page and changing the nature of what he wants to do. He's certainly talking about a lot of executive actions that he wants to take on day one. Some 200 are expected coming out of the Oval Office in the hours after President Trump takes office today.
Great report. So thank you for taking the time to talk with us and update about the U.S. presidential inauguration. Jessica Stone, may you have a great and swell inauguration today.
Thank you.